Peace everyone, welcome to another episode, and today I'm going to be talking about something that is very well known, is well spoken about, especially in the intuitive community, in the self-help world, in the spiritual awakening community, whatever you want to put words to, and this is the idea of the law of attraction.
From beautiful seeds to flourishing legacies.
So the law of attraction is this idea that like attracts like. It is, for example, if you do good, then you get good. If you do bad, then you get bad. There are so many words which are put to this idea. You can probably think of a few yourself, but it really is the idea of, like I said, it's the law of attraction. Two things are charged and they come together because they are similar, right? So I wanted to talk a little bit about it actually, because it's something that I wrote about in my book, The Woke Writer, and I talk a little bit more about it in the book, but I describe it from a stance that we believe as Muslims what this means. So what is the law of attraction in Islam? So first and foremost, we believe that the law of attraction is something that does exist. It is something that is real. It is something that we call a law of the Creator. So we believe that our Creator, who we Muslims we call Allah, has a way of doing things, and there are many ways that the Creator does things, and these are what are called laws, the sunnah of our Creator, of Allah. One of those laws is the law of the truth always being exposed, even if the lie has been spoken for a very long time. Another law is if you are grateful, then you will get more. So for example, there are so many verses in the Quran which talk about our holy book as Muslims, in the Quran, which talks about if you give charity, then you get so much more in return, and that kind of thing. So there is so many things related to this, to the laws of our Creator, and there are many laws of our Creator. One of them is the law of attraction. But there is a key point that I want to talk about very shortly, but the law of attraction is like attracting like. Now, in real time, related to so many of the topics that we talk about in this channel, we talk a lot about trauma, right? We talk a lot about our relationships with people, our relationship with ourselves, and how it is affected, and how we live our lives, and all that good stuff. So in that context, I really wanted to talk about it in that context. You might be familiar with the idea, and it's been spoken about so many times, but this idea of, for example, if we are used to a certain pattern of behavior, we will keep repeating that pattern of behavior, and then we will keep repeating the same mistakes again and again and again, right? And an example of this, for example, is if you were brought up in a household where your parents, they had a certain type of behavior, right? And this doesn't necessarily have to be a bad behavior, it could be a good behavior as well, but let's just say for the sake of this, is something that was a little harmful, right? So your mother or your father did something, and they had a certain trait or character, but they have certain traits about them, and these traits, for example, might be in the way that they treat you. There is a signature in the way that they treat you. For example, the expectations. Maybe they are perfectionist. This kind of behavior that our parents have, it could manifest in so many ways. Let's use the example of the core wound that is created from any child who has experienced childhood trauma, right? And that's the wound of abandonment. Say that your parents abandoned you somehow, they emotionally abandoned you, and then something happened, and it could manifest, like I said, in so many ways. It could be emotional neglect, it could be not giving you what you need physically, so maybe you're malnourished in some way, and etc. So what happens is then you grow older and you begin to manifest some of these behaviors into the way you are acting. So, for example, you might be known as what is such a common term again today, the people pleaser, right? So you are choosing to abandon your needs, abandon yourself, and abandon your wants and everything in order to please someone else because you don't want them to abandon you. And then what will happen is that you will get into a relationship. Maybe it doesn't have to be romantic, it can be any relationship, and then there is this pattern that reoccurs, this repetition compulsion. It means that it keeps happening over and over and over again, where you are abandoned by someone else. And it doesn't have to be literally them leaving you. It could be them not listening to what you have to say. That's a form of abandonment. It could be all of these things. But what is happening is there's this behavior that is within you that you have been conditioned to do, right? And we're not going to talk specifically about that behavior. It's really just about recognizing that like attracts like, the topic of this video. But what happens is there's this behavior within you, and then there is a like kind of behavior that is attracted to that kind of signature that you have within you, right? So then they repeat the behavior that is already within you, and in this case it's the case of abandonment. So that's an example of the law of attraction in action, right? So I wrote a little bit about this, as I mentioned, in my book, The Woke Writer, and I talk about something, the what I call that people have noticed and what they talk about commonly on wherever you listen to anything about the law of attraction, and it is this thing that I call the formula. And here it is, Bismillah. So when people talk about the law of attraction, they have observed a pattern of like meeting like, and I call this the formula. The formula is the way the world works, the system of the laws of the universe around us. And through observation, some people have noticed it. They have a deep knowledge of the formula. But just like the statement, I manifested my own destiny, and maybe I'll make another video about what I mean by that. It's on a previous chapter in this book. Just like that statement, I manifested my own destiny, is incomplete, so is the formula. The point of all the signs around us, the like attracting like, the truth always overcoming falsehood and being grateful, which gives us more, is to turn to the one who created it all. And that is our core belief as Muslims, that every single thing, this whole book is on inspiration, and every single thing, and there are so many nuances to that, but the point is that every single thing that exists around us, the world, the people that we know, even the way we've been raised, the difficult, not difficult, every single thing is to point us towards a specific direction, right? And in this case, the law of attraction is something that I call the formula, but the point is the one thing that is missed from most of the conversations that are happening today about this topic of the law of attraction. And the point is, as Muslims, we believe that the point is the same as the point as everything else in the existence, right? Not just in this world, but in the universe, and the patterns of the universe is to point to our ultimate purpose of why we were created in the first place, and that is to point to the sign. It is the sign that points to our creator overall. So yes, it is a pretty heavy topic, and this specific thing that I talked about, the law of attraction, is in the chapter of manifestation, and hopefully I will make a video on that. And on that topic as well, I do actually have a course on every single chapter of this book. It is a free course. It is called The Woke Writer, and it is, like I said, free, and it is underneath wherever you're watching this video. And if you are wanting to have something more tangible that you want to kind of read in the meantime, I also have a free downloadable, and it is a chapter from my book, The Woke Writer, and it is all about letting go. It is all about the principles of surrender, and it is such a powerful topic, and I think you will really enjoy it, especially if you enjoy the content of these videos and others that are like this video. I hope you benefited from this information. Please do share, subscribe, like, and if you feel someone would find this beneficial, as I said, please do share it with them. Have a beautiful and blessed day, everyone. Peace.